My name is Ryan Bellonack, and I'm the assistant managing broker at Live Urban Real Estate. And I have the pleasure today of getting to sit down and chat with the owner, Mr. John Skraben. Thank you for joining me.
Well, thanks for having me, Ryan.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Absolutely. One of the things, John, that I get asked, especially when I'm chatting with new agents or prospective agents that are looking at Live Urban as a possible brokerage, is I get asked about the culture. I really get asked about the vibe that we have here. And so I really wanted to sit down with you today and just chat a little bit about what your vision was in creating Live Urban. I can speak from my own experience. I have been, a proud member of Live now for several years. And, I was interviewing some big companies in Denver before I made my decision. And, for me, it really came down to walking into an office where everyone had a place at the table. And really where it felt like a place that you weren't just another corporate piece in someone else's puzzle. And, so that was really, really important to me. And, I have not looked back since I joined Live. So I wanted to sit down with you today and just let you chat a little bit about your background, about what you had in mind when you created Live, and then about our vision going forward. So I'm going to let you take it away.
Okay. Well, thanks. Those are good questions. My background is in advertising and marketing, and actually spent a big part of my career in that business. Owned an ad agency here in Denver for many, many years. Sold that in 2000. Got into real estate then, and it was kind of something that always was in the back of my mind to go into real estate. I have a degree in architecture and a degree in design and marketing, and it just seemed like the right path for me personally. So when I set out to, after working for a couple years in town, doing very well and really establishing a good platform for my business, I started Live Urban, and I really felt like I wanted to create a boutique brokerage that was different than what I was seeing around the marketplace. Did focus groups and talked to a lot of potential clients and people who were in the market to buy and sell homes, and really came down to Live Urban and really focused on city living and understanding the city, and packaging it all in a very unique, non-corporate, non-franchise sort of way. And so thus Live Urban was born.
Yeah, I definitely think that you've achieved your goal.
Thanks. I think we're a really nice blend between kind of that big corporate franchise brokerage, company owned, corporate owned, and kind of the smaller, quiet, small shop. And I think we're a nice middle ground there, where we really offer everything the big brokerage has, but packaged in a really nice community-based small neighborhood brokerage.
Absolutely, I can agree with that for sure. So John, I'm going to kind of rapid fire a few questions.
Oh, okay.
This is such a fun thing to do, to get to interview you. So the first question that I have is just in regards to the type of agent that comes to Live Urban. So, what type of broker really is the right fit, and what kind of broker are we looking for specifically?
I think the right fit is someone who, well, first off, I think someone who wants to be in service of others. That is a key to, I think, being a successful real estate. Someone who wants to make this a career. It's not a part-time agent. It's not someone who wants to do it in addition to maybe another job they have. I think they're focused full-time agents. They're independent thinkers. They're self-starters. And they're looking for a place to run their real estate practice the way they want to, and looking just for that really solid support from a company behind them. So, great technology, great training and support, great managing brokers to run by questions. So that includes all the legal and contract stuff, and really killer marketing programs that we help craft for our brokers.
Absolutely. I don't know if I ever told you this, John, but one of the best compliments that I ever got When I went to one of the first closings that I had for Live Urban, I sat down at the closing table, and the other agent that I was working with and the title rep both said, "Oh my gosh, I wanted to tell you, when we saw that you were with Live Urban, we just automatically knew that the transaction was going to be well maintained, that you were well put together, that you knew the contract, and that you were pleasant to work with." And they said that that's really the reputation of Live agents. So I think that's just something to really gloat about.
Yeah, we hear that all the time. It's really great, and I pride myself on that. Like we are good agents, and we pride ourselves on the fact that we train and manage our brokers to be the best in the business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So speaking of pride, what are you most proud of about Live Urban's culture?
Wow, I think really it's the collaboration and the camaraderie in the office, that we really kind of operate as a big team. Now everyone is their own individual agent. We've got a couple of small teams that work together, but the office in general kind of behaves like a big team, very supportive and nurturing of one another. Doesn't matter whether you're new in the business or you've been in the business for 20 years. All of these agents are coming together, helping each other, supporting each other. And I really come from a place of abundance. Like there's enough work for everybody. And let's all support each other and rise everyone up. And that's a philosophy of the brokerage. That's what I think we try to hire to is people who are like-minded.
Absolutely, I would
Yeah.
definitely agree with that. So we've obviously got a really good mix of people that are just getting a fresh start in real estate, and then people that are really seasoned agents and have been doing this for years, as you just spoke of. So, can you talk a little bit about the training that we offer for new agents, and then the coaching, the ongoing coaching that we provide, not just for new agents, but then for people that are seasoned in their business?
Well, let's talk about all the stuff that we do as a brokerage for everybody. I want to start there. And
Sure.
we've really created many paths for coaching and training within the brokerage. So again, no matter where you fall on that spectrum in your career, there are monthly business coaching calls. So let's start there. We have a really great business coach, Danny Ballard, who comes in once a month, does a big coaching call for the whole group. Really informative business building practical tips on how to run your business, especially in a referral based business like real estate. Then those get broken down into smaller one-on-one coaching groups. And so there's a couple of small accountability groups that you could join. And those are with peer agents that are kind of in a similar place, get a lot of support and nourishment from those other brokers. So kind of scales down to that. And then even down to one-on-one coaching. So all of our managing broker staff provide one-on-one coaching for all our agents a couple times a year. So that's always a phone call away or a scheduled appointment where you sit down, you set goals, you review goals, those kind of things. And then you kind of even broke it down even further, and there's just all kinds of ongoing coaching and training going on on a variety of topics: marketing,
Sure.
technology, what's new on contract stuff. Right now we're dealing with COVID and pandemic stuff, and the rules about how to practice real estate and what's expected as professionals in this business change every day. So we really have to stay on top of all of that and providing those coaching and training opportunities for our brokers all the time. And then let me quickly answer your question about new brokers. To get them all up to speed so then they join the rest of our group, we do it's called Thrive training. And it's really a 2-month intensive course about how to be a real estate broker. It's not what you learn in real estate school. It's the practical stuff about becoming an agent. And the magic, I think, in that program is that we team up every new broker with a seasoned professional from the office. So they have a one-on-one mentor. And I think that's a real key to success as a launching pad as you start your career in real estate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have so many friends that have gotten into the business, and I was fortunate, when I started that I had one-on-one mentorship. And there's so many of my friends that have gotten in, and they may be one of 25 people that's
Right.
paired with a mentor. And so how many questions can you actually get answered?
Oh yeah,
If there's that many people.
Exactly. Or, brokerages where you go to a class and there's 50 people in a classroom talking about, and that's not happening right now, but it's not uncommon for you to be one of many, many people who are trying to you're just a number, you're just a seat at a brokerage. And I just don't think that leads to long-term success in this business.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. So the last thing that I want to chat with just a little bit is, our involvement in the community. And, my favorite thing about Live Urban is the heart that we have, not just for, nurturing the agents and making sure that everybody's well taken care of, but really reaching out into the community and, supporting things like Colorado Public Radio and quite frankly, not being ashamed to take stands on issues that affect all of us, but it seems like our industry doesn't really talk about. So, on an ongoing basis, what role do you see Live Urban playing in being change makers in our community?
Wow, good question. I mean, I think we're really started to talk about that internally and about what our role might be there. We've recently produced a program called Driving Racism Out of Real Estate,
Sure.
moving away from racism that's systemic, I think, in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And really great training for not just our brokers, but the brokers in the community. So I think that's a first step. I want to keep leading that conversation, but I think it opens up an opportunity for us to continue that kind of training, talking about those kind of hard to speak about issues,
Mm-hmm.
and taking a leadership role, because I think there needs to be one. So I'm proud to be at least a part of that effort in the Denver real estate community. And I think it's also tapping into kind of the diversity in our office and really getting to know everyone at the office and have personal relationships with all our brokers and to find out what issues they're all dealing with on a personal level and how we can support that as well. And I think that kind of breeds a better diverse environment for our brokers too.
Absolutely. Yeah, one of the things that was really appealing to me when I came to Live is our program Live and Give. And, that's a program where our agents nominate nonprofits and local charities that are near and dear to their hearts. And then we as a company support those charities throughout the year. And in doing so, it gives you the sense that your business means more than just the transaction, that it actually reaches beyond that and helps the community.
Yeah.
And that is that's invaluable, I think.
And I like that we focus, those are agent nominated nonprofits that we all support throughout the year. They all tend to be kind of smaller ones that are a little under the radar. And those are the ones who really need our help. So really proud of that program.
Absolutely. So I so appreciate you sitting down.
Hey, listen, thanks, Ryan, so much. I appreciate your efforts and happy to share my thoughts with you today.
Absolutely. And, just to kind of button this up, we have a place at the table for so many diverse agents and for so much creativity. And so, we would love to chat with you if you're thinking about, becoming a part of a dynamic local brokerage. We definitely have a place at the table for you too. So feel free to reach out. I'm at 303-807-6495. Thanks so much, John.
Great. Take care.